Hey guys, what's up, aspirants? There's just 3 weeks left for the examination, and so I decided to take up on the quest myself. This is Dr. Roman Saini, whose series you have been watching all along. So, this is a video, as we always say, is presented by Unacademy. This is what to do series, the fourth part I'm bringing to you. All the three parts are also conceptualized by me, but this is like personally being presented by me because I think it will be really important for your success, and it just doubles your chances of prelim success. Believe me when I say it. So this is the series on what to do on the doomsday, that is 24th of August, if UPSC does decide to go ahead with their schedule. So this is about the preliminary examination, which is about to happen in exactly 23 days from now. So of course this series is conceptualized by me. You can read more about me on facebook.com/romansaini.official. So I won't take much of your time, and let's jump. Before I start to teach you, or before I start to tell you anything about this video, first from let's, because we live in a democracy, so I would like you to express your opinion. And this is a question which is flashing on your screen right now, that which strategy you personally feel is good for preliminary examination, either the safe play strategy, the risk cover strategy, or taking extensive risk. So whatever you feel like, just either comment in the sections below or message me at my page. I'll be more than happy to hear the opinion of the aspirants this year. So the day before examination is one of the most crucial aspects, which is often neglected by the candidates. Most myths which goes around in the market are like this, that you do not need to study. What you've already studied in past 2-3 years will carry on, and the last day study will not be helpful to you. Believe me when I say nothing is farther from the truth. 10 to 20 questions which I saw in the paper were directly or indirectly came from the material which I studied 1 or 2 days before the examination. So you can see that I cannot emphasize more on this fact, that keep on studying, keep on studying, keep on studying till you get the question paper in the examination. The second fact which I did not follow personally myself, and I had to pay a price in the paper one, was I didn't sleep adequately. Take a 6 to 8 hours of sleep, a sound sleep. It will work wonders for you. You will get 10% extra marks just for this point. Stay relaxed and focused. At the last moment, just before the examination commences, they start to panic a lot. They get stressed, they get anxious. Some of them they get depressed, and they think that this year might not be the best time to appear, and we might appear the next year. Today is the only moment which you can actually like get success as close as you can come. So next year you don't know whether you will be alive or not. So I think this is the best time to write the examination. And finally, which I wanted to convey is, stop thinking about the examination. Just feel like you're giving another test which you have been giving all along on these Sundays. So these are the 4 key points which you should keep in mind, and these is the 4 key points. So strategy should revolve around them. Yeah. So finally the doomsday is here. Oh my god, the dreadful morning. Alas, we never prepared for it, but it has arrived. We always thought that this day will never arise, but believe me, it does. For me, it was 26th of May 2013. For you, it is 24th of August 2014. So anyway, first thing first, always take care of your admit card. Do get it printed out 2 to 3 days before the examination. Don't leave it for the last day. Take a valid identity card if your photograph is not visible very well. Take a good pen, pencil, rubber, and all those. They are, you know it well. So the thing which I wanted to convey is that many people reach on center like 15-20 minutes before the examination commences, which is not at all advisable from my side. See, the thing is, you don't want to get bogged down by the fact that you might not reach your center on time and you're stuck in traffic and all. So try to reach your center 1 hour before the examination. Google Maps is available to each and every one of us. Try to take advantage of the technology. See, if you have not taken adequate sleep, see, it happened with me also. So the thing is, there is always some kind of a shortcut which might cover up that aspect. So I would advise you to take a lot of tea and coffee, at least 2 to 3 cups if you can, or a half to 1 bottle of Red Bull will do wonders for you. It will increase your marks by 5 to 10%, believe me. And like I said in the last slide, also keep on studying till you get the question paper in your hand, till as much as you can study, because believe me, especially the history part, the chronology part, that do helps. If you studied like half an hour before the examination, some of the questions are directly answered with me. And heed to your nature's call and go to the nearest loo, because either you are on full on bladder or your bowel, it won't help in the examination. So the first inning of the test match is here, and this is the paper one. It will begin around 9:30. So you'll gain the entry into your allotted seat on your allotted examination hall by 9:20. So 10 minutes before, just sit there, just relax, keep your palms over your eyes, and just gently massage them. It'll help a lot. So at 9:30 a.m. they'll give you OMR sheet and all. So write your roll number properly, because this is the only thing which you will be evaluated upon. Many aspirants, they write their roll number in a not so visible form, and that creates problems later. So first thing first, write your roll number properly. So then once you get the question paper, don't just jump into solving the question. This is a very bad habit. You should not cultivate these habits. What if you save 2-3 minutes? It doesn't really matter, because paper 1 is not at all lengthy. You can solve it in 90 minutes. Believe me, you can solve it in 90 minutes. So read the question paper in first 10 minutes. Like, this is the key thing which I wanted to take home with you. Read the question paper in first 10 minutes. There are 100 questions. Read them in first 10 minutes. You will get an idea whether the paper is hard or the paper is easy, moderate, whatever. You will get a rough idea, and you can plan your strategy, and you can make minor tweaks in your strategy according to that. And once you start solving question paper, one piece of advice which literally helps in all the competitive examination which are objective type, fill the OMR sheet simultaneously as you solve your questions. Like, this is extremely important, because what people do, they'll solve 80 questions in 1.5 hours, but then they are not aware about the times, how much time is left. So then they need to fill the OMR sheet in last 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that, and that creates errors. Your entire piece of performance of past 2 years will be solely evaluated by the marks and the blackening dots which you do in OMR sheet. Do you want these 5 minutes to take care of those 2 years of performance? Are we willing to make that kind of a trade? I don't think so we are willing that. So fill the OMR sheet simultaneously as you solve your question papers. Believe me, these tricks are not taught by those coaching centers and all. They just fill you with facts till you are filled with the brim, and they don't help in real life. They are theoretically, they are good, but in practical life, these are the approaches you should count on. So guys, what I was telling you is that, like, how do you fill OMR? I'm not saying that do one question and then go, let's say C is the answer, then the second question, let's say B is the answer. Don't do this. This is a wrong approach also. Let's say you do 1 to, let's say, 10 questions, then fill OMR sheet. Yeah, just do like this. Yeah, this is the approach which I am talking about. Don't wait for the entire paper to finish. Just take a batch of, let's say, 10, or you can even take 1 to 5. Like, this is the approach I am talking about. And if you are leaving any questions, it will be very when you revise. This is the most important part which I want to focus. This is a practical point. When you will revise, let's say the third is left completely empty. There is no mark. On the second, there is a mark here. And on the fourth question, there is a mark. So you automatically know that the third question is the one which is left, and you directly just emphasize on it. You will directly jump to this question, and you will not waste a single second of your precious time, which will decide your fate in UPSC examination. So this is the point which I want you to take home with you. See, now the basic theme, since I have already told you that how to approach the examination, there will be 100 questions if the UPSC doesn't bow down to the syllabus change requests which have been made. So there were 100 questions last year and last to last also. So there will be 120 minutes. I wanted to allocate 20 minutes in first reading the question paper, and then revising whether you mark the roll number and OMR sheet and all. So let's say you get 100 minutes roughly, after removing all the distractions. So it gives about roughly 1 question per minute. Cool? Are you with me, guys? You're not sleeping, right? Because I'm taking a lot of pain to make this video, so you better make it count. So on the first go, we solve what we know for sure, and you solve what you know for sure. Because I attempted just 64 questions. You might say this guy got 309 marks in preliminaries, blah blah blah. How is it possible? But trust me, I just solved 64 questions on the first go. So what are these questions? These are those usual questions which are without any controversy, and they are absolutely straightforward answers. If you know them, you know them. It's as simple as that. There is no hidden propaganda behind it, nothing. So first try to attempt all these questions for sure. Next we move to all those devious and diabolical questions which are made by examiners just to torture you and mentally harass you. I'm just kidding. These actually bring out the mental performance and elite level of decision making which is expected from an IAS officer or a civil servant for that matter. So depending upon your preparation, how many long years or months you have been preparing, you will not be able to answer 30 to 50% of the questions with absolute surety. But trust me, even if you got 18th rank in all India, even if you maintain 309 marks in preliminaries, you will not be able to answer 30 to 50% of questions with absolute surety. But since cutoff in my time was 241, which approximately gives you have to achieve 60% of the marks. So you need to attempt at least 85 questions and going up to 100 if you can. So this is my strategy, but I've already asked you the question. You need to comment below in the sections or on my Facebook page in the message. Do tell me what you think is right. That is more important to me because I have to share with all the aspirants because what is the strategy currently going on. So for these devious questions which are not, so I'll use a red pointer now, so because these are devilish devious questions. So I'll provide my weapons in battle which I used to fought my examination with. So first of all, the most common method, which is also the most effective method, is the elimination method. What do you mean by elimination method? Let's say there is a question XYZ. There are four options A, B, C, and D. Cool. So the thing is, you know that let's say what is the birthday of Guru Nanak Ji. Okay. So the first D option says 19th century. So you know that Sikhism is there for past 500 to 600 years. So the D cannot be the answer. D cannot be the answer. You do not know anything about his birthday, but you know for sure D cannot be the answer. So that leaves us with a probability of 33% being correct. And the average chance probability is 25%. So if you follow this now, so if you let's say can eliminate one or two options in let's say 10 to 20 questions, so this will fetch you marks in positive. So if I have just attempted those 64 questions, I would have gotten 102 marks if I would have attempted only those questions which I knew for sure. But since I attempted all the 100 questions, so I got 120 and 5.33 marks. So this 23 marks bonus which I received was because I dared to attempt more than I knew. So this elimination method is a lot of help in that regard. See, now the second method is called as introspection and recall. See, what do we do in this is that no topic is ever which comes out of the blue. There is somewhere or other we have read about it. So you just need to close your eyes. You just need to put your palms on your eyes and just massage them. Just go in a deep trance-like mode. Just take deep breaths if you have the time for it, and try to recall the slightest of the information which you might have read somewhere in a newspaper. You might have overheard by a friend. You might have given a test on, or you might have heard in a lecture, and just try to remember one or two keywords. And our brain works wonder when it comes to recalling and introspecting like that, and you might be surprised by kind of answers you might come upon. And then if you can recall some keywords, use the elimination method and eliminate one or two options and then proceed accordingly. See, the third tool which I want you to use is which I personally call the examiner's mindset. Just go through his mindset, just fill in his shoes, and just try to examine how would you have prepared the question and what options would you have liked there if you were the examiner, how to confuse the aspirant, because it is a process solely of elimination, because out of 10 lakhs 9 lakh 80,000 to 9 lakh 85,000 will be eliminated. So this is a process of elimination. So they are not selecting in preliminary, they are eliminating. So try to go through his mindset and see all the traps he has set for you, and try to avoid them, because most likely the answer which is seemingly the correct, beware before marking it. Like, mark my words, beware before marking it, because it is most likely a trap which is set for you. Go into a deeper mode of a thinking in those kind of questions which require critical analysis from your side. And finally, dodging the bullet. This is equally important than all the three weapons. If you have no clue whatsoever, and there will be 2 to 3 questions in the examinations like that, even 5 to 10 questions might be, depending upon the difficulty level of the examination. So guys, don't take the bullet on your chest. You will get a minus 1/3 mark. We don't want that. I don't want that, and you don't want that. So you and I are in this together. Okay, so I am doing this for your purpose because I've already got into services, and in 1 month my training will start. So the sole aim of this series is that whoever is watching it, has a better chance of getting into the preliminaries than who is not. So the dodging the bullet is as important as attempting the questions. And if you have no clue whatsoever and you cannot recall, and after using these three weapons, so this is the fourth weapon, and just leave the question. It's respectful to leave these questions. It's no shame at all in leaving these questions. It's perfectly acceptable and all right. So guys, so this was the paper one. So the last thing which I wanted to say about is, if 85 to 90 questions are attempted, so revise for the last time those 10 to 15 questions which you have been left by you, right? So still there will be like 10-15 minutes which will be left, and you will be wandering here and there. So better to revise those. At what happens now is that after 1.5 hours of grueling exercise, like the being a doctor, I know that brain is an organ which consumes maximum amount of glucose. So you need to give him a dose of glucose and munch on Snickers, my personal favorite, or any other chocolate which you like, as rising blood glucose levels helps in better decision making. It's a proven scientific fact. It is not my personal theory at all. So take a bite and just munch it on for 30 seconds, and then go after these 10 to 15 questions which are left. And always try and finish the paper 1 by 11:20 a.m. so that you have 5 to 10 minutes of relaxation period, in which recheck the marking in OMR sheet, and always check your roll number. Like this is, I've been emphasizing it a lot. Many aspirants do make a mistake in writing the roll numbers, and they suffer badly later on. Don't give this question.